Travel and Tours and Link Real Estate, and I am joined with my co-host.
I'm Rebecca and Denise with Superior Storage as well as Link Real Estate.
And we are here to serve you, to help you fill your bucket to live your most abundant life. And what that means for each and every one of you varies and is different, whether you're starting out with a new adventure, investing in property to help build your wealth, or simply learning how to better put together a book. So that varies for everyone. One of the things we like to do is help support our nonprofits, and we are here to talk about something that is near and dear to our hearts. So we are very happy to have special guests here with us, and that's Brian Lemon, as well as Deb Doherty. So thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
So we're just going to jump right into DDS4VETS. So tell us what your affiliation with DDS4VETS is, and tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you start?
Well, I started quite a few years ago. Deb invited me in, and with DDS4VETS, what we wanted to do is, and specifically why I did, is because of the fact that my dad was a 3-time Vietnam vet, one tour in Korea, and spent 20 years in the military. And I felt like I wanted to give back by not necessarily being in the military, but being one of the families of a military person and knowing the trials and tribulations of being back here while my dad was serving in Vietnam.
Give me chills.
Yeah, it does.
It is. It's important that you're serving and you're giving back, and we forget that because they served us, so now what you created is able to serve them.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, my thought we weren't walking in the steps of my dad, my family wasn't, but we were one step behind the whole time.
Right.
And knowing what other families are going through and how we can actually help is why I want to join DDS4VETS, and joining with Deb, the founder of DDS4VETS, is just an amazing thing that we can give back.
Well, and that's a very good point that you make. When we're talking about our veterans, it's not just about the veterans, it's about their families and the support, because you're really in the trenches with them, in a sense, as a family member. When you've got someone who is serving our country, you've got families that are support to them on the back end as well. And so I think all of us at some level have had members of our families that were service members as well. I know my husband served, his father served, and I had uncles in my family. My father was a veteran with the Air Force, and so we've all had those experiences too, which is why it's such a, I'm probably, one of those most patriotic kids. I swear to you, my favorite color growing up was red, white, and blue. And, so you could see many, many pictures of me as a child dressed in red, white, and blue. But that was, just a fun thing. So for those who are listening or watching who may not be familiar with what DDS4VETS does, can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so DDS4VETS is a resource center for veterans and their families, and that's a very good point. The families sometimes are, I don't want to say they're forgotten, but they're in the mix, but it's always concentrating on that one that served. But they're sacrificing too. They're sacrificing their mom, their dad, brother, sister, and especially too with the spouses, they have to go ahead and take care of the household.
That's
so
true.
Between the household and the children, just as parents, we know that can drive us crazy.
That's difficult.
It is. It's very difficult. And then in the back of your mind, your husband or wife is deployed, and of course,
Everything
you don't know where they are.
And that's
so, and then you listen to the news, and your mind starts to wander sometimes.
Sure it does.
But at any rate, we want to be able to help the veterans, when they come back and make that transition from the military lifestyle to going back to civilian lifestyle. And so being acclimated to being told what to do, when to do it, and all of a sudden you're back and there's no schedule.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, and the transition is unbelievably hard, you gotta imagine.
It is. It's very difficult. They're acclimated to being with their brothers and sisters, and that's where they want to be.
Sure.
So we want to make that transition as helpful as possible. And then a lot of times when they leave, unfortunately, and hopefully they are trying to improve it, they have no idea what the VA benefits are. They have no idea what their
That's
benefits
huge.
are. So it's very frustrating. So whether they're coming back and they are battling, PTSD. So they're frustrated with that. They're frustrated with making that transition. And now they're going to the VA, and now they're being placed on hold 45 minutes, an hour, and they're not getting the answers that they need. It's just a number.
Well, and
that's what makes it difficult.
Well, and it's interesting that you bring that up because, even in my family, most recently, we were dealing with some things, with the VA. And we were very frustrated with appointments and things of that nature, just trying to get them set, trying to get callbacks, until someone on the interline finally said, well, you really need to speak with the patient advocate. And I was like, oh, those people exist. Okay. Well, I can tell you right now, once you got your hands on a patient advocate, they are all over it.
Don't let them go.
Yes, it was amazing. The difference in now they were all over the top of it and doing what needed to be done.
Right.
Because you had someone who was assigned to you and who would follow your case and do the things that needed to be done. So that really made a huge difference in what we were dealing with.
Definitely. Well, I mean, there's definitely improvement. And I'm just going to be very candid about it. I'm so grateful that Trump is in there, because that's what it is that now this administration is doing what they can to improve that.
Absolutely.
But there are so many, it's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah,
that's true.
But the whole point is it's going forward, it's progressing, and more improvements are down the pipeline.
Absolutely.
So I mean, that right there is just something that we help with. We have the connections needed to be able to go ahead and push some of the files a little bit faster. But also too, our main thing is we raise funds for service dogs to be able to go ahead and help that veteran. And it really does, it makes a difference with them, because it gives them purpose too, because now they have to take care of the dog. So we try to, actually all our dogs, with the exception of one, has been a rescue dog. So what happens is the rescue becomes a rescuer.
And that's fabulous.
And that's kind of our tagline that we really stand by. And it just, our veterans that we've given the dogs to, they've even said it just makes such a difference.
Well, it makes
with
them needed. So
Oh,
now they
yeah.
have the dog, they have a need, they're enough. Someone is relying on them.
Right.
And, that just changes your whole attitude and, positive, and it just hopefully that compounds.
Oh my gosh,
Because
yes.
now we've heard them, we've seen them,
Yeah.
and that really is just such a gift.
And one of the dogs that, one of our recent ones was scheduled to be euthanized because they claimed it as a non-trainable dog, and now that is actually probably one of our best of all the dogs
He's
that
in the
we've
wrong
placed.
job.
Yeah.
He's in the wrong
Yeah.
job.
But the whole point being is, again, you're having people that are not educated.
Yes.
Right.
And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way.
No, it's
But they're not educated on what it is to train a dog. Mike Colton, as you know, is our dog trainer, and he's just
What a gift.
absolutely fantastic. He literally is known as the legend for dog training. St. Lucie County Sheriff's Department, Port St. Lucie Police Department, they refer to him as the legend. He's been training canine. But we've learned so much just from
what he does.
Mike. I mean, it's just insane how the thought process and the training that he does, and he'll get a dog from the shelter, and he knows within a week if that dog's going to make it or not.
It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
He knows that
Well,
dog's
that's
going to
awesome
make
that
it
you
or not.
saved a dog and you have another dog being trained for the next soldier.
Oh yeah.
And
Right.
that's
Well,
a gift.
Well, with that in mind, I mean, we talk about that, the fact that you support service dogs. So where did those funds come from to help pay for that?
We ask for donations. We ask people to go ahead. Those dogs are $25 to $50,000 is the dog that's being trained for somebody that's confined to a wheelchair.
Okay.
So right now, pretty much the veterans that we're giving the dogs to are the battle and the PTSD. So they run anywhere from 25 to 35,000, but that includes training of the dog for 9 to 14 months. That's $724. The food, medical, we bring in the veteran the last 4 to 6 weeks. That covers their lodging, their food, transportation.
Of course.
So when you add that up, it adds up very quickly.
So one of the things you do just to support that is the gala.
Right.
So the gala is March.
February.
No, it's
Saturday.
February.
Yep. So it's Saturday, February 7th.
February 7th. My
So
mistake.
that's okay. So Friday, February 6th, that is a VIP, that is invitation only, and we do have, it looks very good. We're going to have a very special guest there that night. Saturday morning, Ray Kashkar, Navy SEAL Ray Kashkar, just love that man. He is just so awesome and amazing. Again, he's going to have boot camp with the Navy SEAls, and that's right on the ocean, and that's a fun time.
It's
Yeah.
amazing to
It's
watch.
fun to watch.
That's
It's
what I'm
fun to watch,
saying.
yes.
I'm right there with you, Brian.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
fun
really
to
fun to
watch
watch.
event for me.
Yeah, I would drown. So
And
yeah,
take good
and then-
pictures.
Yeah.
Yes, and take
It's
pictures.
hard, right? It's
And cheer them
amazing.
on. And
Yeah.
cheer them on.
Yeah.
So actually, Ray Kashkar, he's actually going to go ahead and head that up, and like he said, we're going to be marketing it as who can withstand Ray
Yeah.
Kashkar's
Yes.
gauntlet.
Gauntlet.
So that will be very
This
kind of cool.
gauntlet challenge.
Um,
Yeah.
And then Saturday night, of course, is the gala, and we have a gal that will be a recipient of the dog. Entertainment is going to be fabulous. We have the American Bomb Show,
Oh, how exciting.
and they sing globally. They sing quite a bit at the White House. It's kind of going back to the Andrews sisters,
Oh yes.
but they dress up in that attire of back then.
Sort of like having your own live USO.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
So we're very excited. We have some other dignitaries that will be announced shortly. And then Sunday morning, we'll have coffee with the general.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, of course, I would be remiss if we didn't shift our focus on National Veterans Alliance, which is kind of in conjunction. They're almost like partners with DDS4VETS. Is that correct, in a sense?
It's another resource.
Okay.
So DDS4VETS is my nonprofit,
Gotcha.
and then National Veterans Alliance is my real estate.
Gotcha.
And so Brian and I hooked up and just decided that we wanted to have this resource, since we both have been in real estate forever. And I wanted it to be nationwide. So I wanted to have a relocation for veterans, active military, and first responders. So this way here, we're located in all 50 states.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
We're not a brokerage. We hung our license with Link Real Estate, and from there it's Link Military. So we have Link Military and National Veterans Alliance. The biggest thing why I really wanted to start this is because there were too many veterans that were putting offers in on homes, and the real estate agent would tell the buyer's agent, oh, my seller does not want to have anything to do with a VA loan. No, we're not even going to take the offer. Number one, a seller does not have the education on the programs. So we know that it's coming from the real estate agent. So to me, instead of being angry as I was about it, I thought, you know what, why don't we just go ahead and let's educate them.
Yeah.
Let's let them know that VA loans are very simple now. I've closed one in 17 days. So again, the bottom line is, as long as the paperwork and you give them a clean file, anything, whatever program you have, it's going to go
It's
through.
all similar. I mean, the process of it, the VA loan has always been historically been a great loan.
It
And to
has
say
been.
that our veterans can't take available what is given to them with the 100%
Right.
finance,
And the
a
thing
slightly
is,
better rate.
They've earned it, and that's what the
Absolutely.
thing is that this is something that, like you were saying, is given. Well, they've earned it.
Yeah.
That's what they have. So when they come back, so again, you have the PTSD. You're trying to make that transition, you're battling the VA, and now you want to go ahead and buy a home, and you have a real estate agent
Yeah.
that says, gee, you know, my seller just doesn't want to have the VA. That is so bogus. It is the
Well,
And
it's
it's
that
heartbreaking.
old phrase of, which is so frustrating when somebody says, well, you know, with the VA, they have no skin in the game,
Yeah.
which is just
They served
utterly
all that skin in the
insulting
game.
to me. Because
It
they
is.
have more
It
skin in the
is.
game than
Right.
any
They
other
have
business
more.
does.
They-
It's ignorance
it's a
on the
missing-
realtor side.
It
You know,
is.
they want something quick and easy to spend the money before they've earned it. The VA, the veteran earned the VA loan.
Exactly.
And they're not hard.
Yeah, but backing up to the skin in the game, and yes, some have a missing limb, but that's not just it. It's the wounds that you cannot
Right.
see.
Right.
Okay,
Mhm.
so as an example, what the guys and gals have seen, we all would have an issue
Mhm.
because what they've seen overseas, you know, Afghanistan. They've seen women being beaten. They've seen children being beaten. They've seen them being raped. Their children being killed in front of them, and yet they have to stand down. There's nothing that they can do. So that's a hell of a lot of skin in the game.
Well, even just the idea, if they're in some of these support teams that they have over there, and maybe they don't see those things specifically, but they're listening to bombs going off, you know, that's gotta wear on you.
And we
After a
should be
while.
supporting our
You
veterans.
know, you don't know if
Not
you're gonna be alive
saying-
from 1 minute
That's
to
right. And the threat of at any given moment, one of those could be in your vicinity
That's
because
right.
you just don't know.
That's right. It's a very fearful position to be in.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's the least that we could do. And we're gonna take a short break, and then we're gonna come back and talk a little bit more about the National Veterans Alliance
Mhm.
and the details of what a veteran can expect when we work with someone who's part of that.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Journaventure Travel and Tours, where it's about your journey, not just the destination. Picture a world full of amazing places yet to be discovered. Where do you begin? Whether your bucket list includes cruising in the Caribbean, exploring vast nature in Alaska, or experiencing exotic worldwide places, we're here to help you fill your bucket to live your most abundant life. Your journey begins from the moment you let go and let us handle the details for you. So call us today. Journaventure Travel and Tours, 772-882-3165.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Rebecca Denise from Link Real Estate and Superior Storage. I'm still with Tammy Crandell. So we're going to continue on with Brian and Deb. So we were talking about the National Veterans Alliance. So if someone wanted to be a part of this, what would be the next step?
Well, we have a application process to start with because we are very selective on who we want to bring in to our referral network. This is a nationwide, potentially worldwide referral network that we are in the process of, from the ground floor and building the strong foundation. But we want the top of the top. We want the agents that are getting in it for the right reason,
And that's
not
important.
just for the money, because the money will come. We want the agents that really are dedicated to serving our veterans.
Yeah.
And along with the application that we will go through and that we'll go through, Deb has books that actually they will need to read in order to become a member of National Veterans Alliance.
And that's important because you want them to have a little bit of buy-in, but understand the need.
That's the whole purpose,
Yeah.
because how can you help a veteran if you don't know what they've gone through? So Karen Vaughn, a lot of people locally here know Karen Vaughn, Operation 300, her son Aaron Vaughn. So it's world changer, and this is her story because her son was
You
killed
gotta
in
have your tissues ready.
exactly
Mm-hmm.
in
And
Storch
it's
17.
just heart-wrenching.
And then this one, What War Has Raised, and this was written by Tom Mateo, a 6-time Purple Heart recipient. This man is just absolutely amazing. This book will give you such insight and will just change your whole thought process about our veterans. Everyone knows we're Christian based, and we also have from John Galante, he's got your 6. It's his story, what he's went through, and how his life was turned around. So these are our 3 top books that we ask. We ask that they read 2 out of the 3. So this way here you have a better understanding, and it really does help. I mean, think about if you're in real estate, you still have to study. You don't
course.
know.
Absolutely, yeah.
If you have to study for the contract, so you know what you're reading and why you have to fill everything out, why not read a book? What's that veteran? What has the veteran gone through?
Right. Well, it helps you better understand the experiences that they've had or their families have had, what they've been exposed to.
Right.
Because it really is a very different lifestyle than a standard, everyday citizen here in the U.S.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. And the thing is too is that I think I have Brian elaborate on that. Is that when we're not a lead program. If you're looking for leads, then no, this is not for you. This is a referral. So what we're doing is we're now we're having the veterans, we're getting our marketing out there. If they're moving, no matter where they're moving, whether California to Wisconsin or Wisconsin to Alaska, wherever, we have National Veteran Alliance members on board. So when we call them, we don't have to worry about anything. We know they're going to be taken care of.
So you have the resources. And the members are not just realtors, correct?
Right. I'll have Brian go ahead and.
Well, we have. We are also looking at our mortgage people that can be involved, and we're also going to be looking at vendors that would like to be part of our National Veterans Alliance, because we want to make sure that we make this a one-stop shop for our veterans.
Yeah, and that single source makes such a difference. That everything is there. All your partners.
But also too the comfort of knowing that we've already. We will not refer anybody unless we know for sure they're going to treat that veteran.
We've already
And they have one time. They have a one-time chance at treating that person right, because if it comes back to us, it didn't work out. Obviously, we hear the whole stories, both sides.
Of course.
Then you either stay or you're removed.
Right.
And it's important. I mean, the transaction just in general is extremely, stressful your first time.
It
and
is.
then you add all those other variables of trying to get integrated with life and be able to go to the VA loan. It probably adds a comfort to that veteran anyway.
Oh, it does.
Because they're going to
absolutely.
understand the language of the document that they need to give, and they're going to get one more benefit.
Yep.
And the great rate, 100% financing.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, you close one in 17 days.
It's
Very
just
different in today's market.
Yeah, you just have to have a clean package. But, again, going back to educating the real estate agent and even vendors, we had Brian and I did a lunch and learn here, and Brian did a phenomenal job on a PowerPoint.
Thank you.
Matter of fact, I'm flying up to Plymouth, Mass. I'm going home for, when am I going? September. I'm sorry, at the end of October. And so I'll be meeting with a group of real estate agents up there to go ahead and to go over this PowerPoint. And we had some great reviews from that.
We really did.
We actually were told that they learned more from us than the MRP certification, which I'm sorry, that MRP certification is just very basic. There's so much more.
Of
There's
course.
so much more to this that they're not trained on.
Well, that's true.
We want the agents to be able to understand from a standpoint that, if a veteran does have PTSD, for instance, they're not going to wave their hand and say, "Hey, I have PTSD." But what we want to do in our training is give them an idea of how to proceed if you perceive that they may have some like PTSD, and some of the things you can safeguard them from having any type of issues whatsoever.
Right.
So the more you're aware of military life, our program was part of like how they're transferred and how they're stationed and all the different things that we go into this program. So the agents have a better understanding, so they understand the lingo, which I think is really important. That's how you build trust with a veteran, is because you start understanding the lingo that they have, and then they fully understand that you're vested with them. You're invested with their success as far as finding a home, and it's not just about a paycheck.
Exactly.
Right. And you want to be sensitive of it, and that's where reading the books and the application process really does make a difference, because you're
Oh, it
going to have
does.
viable realtors that are going to be just as excited
Exactly.
about doing the same thing in their backyard that you're doing here.
Exactly.
So now, is this an online application process? How is this done for
Yeah,
them?
so they can go to our website, and they can go ahead and apply online. It'll come through, then Brian and I'll go over it, then we have a couple of different interviews with them. And then from there, we just go over our guidelines, and then of course what area that they live in. This isn't where, let's just take the Treasure Coast. Okay, we're not gonna go ahead and put 50 real estate agents in Port St. Lucie. We just don't do that. We've got 3 for the Treasure Coast, and that's all we need.
Right.
This isn't, and again, this isn't a lead program. This is getting qualified agents who really care, have the passion that I have, of course, for our veterans. And I understand not everyone's going to have that passion, and that's okay. I do. So to be part of this, you have to have a passion,
have that
you know,
passion
for the veterans, and you have to be putting it first. It's the commission will come, but I'm more interested in making sure that veterans getting what they need.
Well, and this organization is ideal for those agents that are mission-driven people in general. You know, you got to have the right mindset about working with people. You know, there are so many things that you hear about realtors of things that they won't do versus what they will do.
Right.
And I
Right.
think that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Well, I feel our presentation that we give for NBA really has a twofold, because I believe it actually will help all agents become better and understanding and looking from different perspectives, which I feel is really important in real estate. You know, having no matter what, having the buyer and seller understand that they're in it to help them, the money will come.
Of course.
And if we always take that perspective in real estate as a realtor, then we will always win.
Right.
Yeah, and even if you're not part of MBA, the idea that you're educating the realtors, and now they understand that, VA is actually a good loan, regardless if they call it MBA. We want to make sure they're serviced within the group and also within the community.
Right.
Because so many realtors will say, I want a cash or conventional. Well, great, we all do. But it doesn't work that way, because every borrower has a different need. And we want to make sure they're put in the right bucket for their mortgage and long-term success, and build that relationship.
Right.
And then all that will compound.
Yeah. And it's not up to the real estate agent.
Right, yeah.
It's
No,
not. It's not up to the
no.
real estate agent to decide what financial program, mortgage program they want to go under. And it's just another question that we get is, why would we want to join MBA? Well, when you do, we're going to help market you. We're going to market your listings no matter what state that you're in. But also too, when they see that insignia, that, you know, MBA, they know that person has gone through training.
True.
But you know what? Yeah, I support that veteran.
Right.
And for some people, may not be that much. It's like, I can do that anyway. No,
Yeah.
you can't. No, go through the training first.
It's a different
And that's-
experience.
We can guarantee you're going to have a whole different perspective, right? Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is why, with when we do this training, we understand that as far as a percentage that will join, we're not looking for a huge percentage of people that join. We're looking for the best of the best.
Right.
But what we want to get is the knowledge that they're missing out by not having a training as far as the VA loans and what to look for and how you can help the veterans and everything that you can do with that. So they can do that without being a member of National Veterans Alliance, but it makes it so much easier for them to deal with veterans.
Of course.
Yeah. And we're going to be expanding. We're going to be expanding up in like Nona. You know, we have a gentleman that's going to be going up there, and that is huge veteran area.
Well,
So
and
we're
it
very
helps-
excited about that.
And part of that, and being part of the NBA, if you happen to be a realtor that, you know, we want to make sure that we continue to work on the level of integrity for our clients. So
Right.
if you have someone who is local here, or someone that you know, a friend of family or whatever, and they happen to be a veteran, they may be transferring out to a state that you know nothing of where
Right.
they're going to be living.
Right.
So how do you pick and choose the right realtor for them to work
Right.
with? You want them to have that same level of affiliation, that
Mhm.
same level of training when you refer them off to that person, and not just
Exactly.
somebody that you picked out of a
Yeah.
phone book.
Exactly. I mean, that's and everyone should do their due diligence.
Yeah.
But I want to say too, again, we're not a real estate brokerage. We're a relocation. But we hung our license with Link Real Estate,
Yes.
which we're thrilled. There are other brokerages that I know, like I was with, and they promised everything. They loved the idea of National Veterans Alliance, and as soon as I went on board with them, then it was like, no, we have our own, and this is the way we want you to run your business.
Yeah.
Doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I knew exactly what I wanted, and it wasn't about me, but it was, how can I help that veteran? That veteran is the most important person to me. And I'll tell you, at Link here, you have Jason Yarborough, you have Steve Benaziak, and they are so community oriented.
They are.
They've
Yes.
been like that for years, and they really truly care, and it was just such a great fit. And so with them having Link Real Estate, Link Luxury, Link Commercial, it's like, let's have Link Military.
There you go.
And I loved it. So it was just that perfect fit. I mean, Brian can elaborate
Agreed.
more on that as well.
Link Military is just is another facet of what Link Real Estate is all about. They saw the need for it. They're a progressive company that they don't have corporate oversight because they are corporate. They're the ones that own the company and have basically, just as we're doing with NVA, they build it from the ground up.
Right.
And that is what was very intriguing to me, and that's why I came here from a big box company as well, because I want to be a ground floor part of the
Right.
foundation, because the stronger the foundation that you build, the stronger the company, the stronger
true, yeah.
the everything that we do about it. So I do feel like we're on the bottom floor of something that's really huge, and what we're
Sure.
building, and we're gaining a lot of ground. So if we get a referral that's going to be in an area that's not in, we will personally call them and vet that agent to make sure that referral that's going to a specific area in the United States that we may not cover at this time, we want to make sure that agent, the number one thing is that they're going to be serving our
Our
veterans.
veteran. and
The
way they
idea
need
that,
to
you know,
serve.
Link wants to link you to everything is on the same premise of people serving people.
Yeah.
And really that's how it all pulls it all together.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we can talk about these
I know.
organizations
Oh, I know.
all
If you're
day.
going
We
on.
could be here all day, but the guy behind the camera won't let us do that. So, but we do thank you for coming on the show.
Thank
we'll
you.
have you
Thank
from
you
time to
very
time on the
much.
show as well, because we like to learn as much as we can about both of these organizations and how we can best help them. And
What is the best way to contact? Who
There we
should
go.
someone contact? Was it Barry, Deb? How do you want them to reach you?
It can go
Anybody?
either or. Actually, you can just go to nationalveteransalliance.com.
nationalveteransalliance.com.
And then Brian's information is there, my information is there. For DDS4VETS, it's just DDS4VETS.org, and all the information is on there. Everything about the gala. You can start buying tickets now.
So we'll post all that information. The gala is February 7th. We'll list the NVA as well.
Okay.
So we'll put everything there that you may need, so you could reach out to Brian or Deb or Tammy or myself. But thank you for watching, and be kind, everybody.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.